It's almost as if somebody at Select Button is watching my videos and going, hang on, that's a good tip. Let's nerf it.
Nerf this!
Remember this video that I talked about 9 tips? I gave you guys 9 tips on how to power up your new week's Snorlax as quickly as possible so that you start the week strong, even if you have to reduce your drowsy power from the previous week. And if you use my Discord, you'll find it under sleep topics. And if you search for the topic 9 tips to power up Snorlax, especially for events, you'll find this video, as well as I've put the 9 tips into Word format. So for those of you who just want a quick reminder of what the 9 tips were, you will also find an extra tip now I've added. I forgot to put this in the last video. It's tip number 10. Use your helper whistles at the start of the week rather than at the end of the week. Then you'll get that extra drowsy power for all the sessions that follow, rather than at the end of the week where you only really get 1 session's worth of boost from your helper whistles. Now, remember when I talked about the first point was using extra helpful or helper boost, and quite a few of you have already started doing this trick where you overstack your berries like this and not collect them, only to keep them for the new Snorlax and then collecting them all at once. Now, it's probably by coincidence that the developers have decided to nerf that outcome. In fact, you can only stack up to a maximum of 999 berries or ingredients on the Pokemon now. And just to clarify, this is not the carry limit being 999, this is what you can overstack above the carry limit. In total, adding up to 999. So how many triggers is 999 berries? Let's do some quick maths. If we ignore ingredients, just to keep the calculation simple, Raikou can trigger and give you 11 helps, or rather 11 productions per trigger. If you have 5 different electric Pokemon species on the team, and Raikou's main skill is level 6. So to achieve 999 berries, if you have Berry Finding S on a Berry Specialist, that's 333 extra helps, and each trigger can be up to 11 extra helps, then you can reach the absolute limit, not the carry limit, the absolute limit in about 30 to 31 triggers. So if you don't collect anything at all for a whole week and you manage to get about 31 triggers on Raikou, then your entire team will be holding about 999 berries. And the reason why you might want to know approximately how many Raikou triggers that is because, well, it starts to become hard to count how many berries you actually have when the game looks like this. So while that strategy is not going to be as broken as it was before, where if you actually stack your berries for like weeks at a time and dropping thousands of berries on the Snorlax, you can only drop about 1,000 now. If you ask me, it's still quite a bit, especially if you've got 5 Pokemon on the team all doing that at the same time. So it's still nothing to cry about, but I guess the developers didn't want us to completely break the game, especially considering how good Raikou may be. And I say maybe because we still don't know the skill trigger rate for Raikou. But if it's anything like Gallade or Arcanine, then it's going to be a lot better as a skill than Extra Helpful S. And absolutely crazy if you want to use it as a way to overstack your berries for the new week. This limitation will be added after the maintenance 1.4.0. And the reason why the start and end time of the maintenance time is blank on their website is because it depends on your local time. So to check the exact start and end time of the maintenance period, go check your in-game news. And yes, the game does allow you to track sleep during the maintenance period, but it doesn't allow you to cook while maintenance is happening. So make sure you plan your meals ahead of time to know when to cook. Otherwise, you might need to do a little bit of time traveling in order to cook the meal that you've missed because of the maintenance. And I think it's fair that even if you are against time traveling, that you time travel to cook a missed meal, because it's not your fault that maintenance happens at the wrong times. But it's totally up to you. And another change that will come with this maintenance is you will no longer be able to discard your Master Biscuits. Funnily enough, while I've tested whether you can transfer shiny Pokemon before, and you can, but I've never tried to transfer Master Biscuit before, so maybe we'll test it out today. Some people may have accidentally done it, and that's why it prompted the developers to add in this feature. And just another reminder that Raikou's event is not this week. It is not the week straight after Electric event, as some people have already been a little bit confused. They thought Electric event would follow straight after with Raikou. No, this week has the start of the Good Sleep Day event, but Raikou event doesn't start yet. It is the week after. So there's one more week before we head into Raikou event. So don't go picking green grass for no reason.